The moment every founder hits, when sales are not coming in, and you start asking yourself, should you shut the brand down? No notifications, no orders, no momentum, just you staring at your brand, wondering if it's still worth it. And the question doesn't hit loudly, it creeps in quietly. Should I shut this down? What's up? This is Khalid from Shinobi Craftmaster, and this series is about building a clothing brand quietly, intentionally, and honestly. Last episode, we talked about how 2025 exposed the illusion of paid growth. Today, we're talking about what happens after that illusion collapses. When sales don't come in, when confidence drops, when doubt gets loud. Let's talk about that moment honestly. The silent weight of no sales. No sales doesn't just hurt you financially, it messes with your identity. You start questioning your tastes, your ideas, your vision, your discipline. You refresh Shopify like something might magically change. You reread old DMs from people who used to be excited. You compare yourself to brands that look like they're winning. And because you're an introvert, you don't always say this stuff out loud. You carry it internally. That silence make it heavier. The shutdown question. The shutdown question doesn't show up dramatically. It shows up late at night when expenses feel louder than progress. When passion feels distant, you start asking yourself, am I forcing this? Is this a sign? Did I miss my window? Or am I just being delusional? And here's the dangerous part. You start confusing slow progress with failure. Those are not the same thing. Why most brands quit too early. Here's something uncomfortable but important. Most brands don't fail, they quit. They quit because the hype phase ended, validation slowed down, attention moved elsewhere. But brands aren't built on hype, they're built on endurance. If you only continue when results are visible, you'll never stay long enough to compound. This is where introverts actually have an advantage. We're used to long stretches of quiet work. The problem is, we don't always trust that quiet work counts. What to do instead of shutting down? Before shutting the brand down, ask better questions. Instead of, why isn't this working? Ask, who is this actually for? Have I earned attention or did I try to buy it? Am I building connections or just products? Is my brand visible or just existing? Sometimes the solution isn't doing more, it's doing less, but with intention. That can mean smaller drops, fewer designs, slower timelines, more storytelling, more persistence. Growing doesn't always come from scaling up. Sometimes it comes from stripping back. Introverts and the rebuild phase. Introverts often rebuild quietly. No announcements, no rebrand post, no goodbye. Just reflection, adjustment, and refinement. This phase doesn't look impressive, but it's where alignment happens. It's where you stop chasing what works for others and start building what makes sense for you. And that's alignment. That's what people feel later, even when they can't explain it. Reframing, closing down. Sometimes shutting down doesn't mean ending. It means pausing, recentering, and rebuilding smarter. There's no shame in adjusting the path. The only real loss is walking away without learning. If the brand taught you discipline, patience, and resilience, it already gave you something valuable. The question becomes, do you walk away now or rebuild with clarity? Full circle moment. Last episode, we talked about feeling invisible despite spending money. This episode is about feeling invisible even after effort. But invisibility doesn't mean irrelevance. It often means you're early. The foundation is still forming. And foundations aren't loud. If you're in that quiet, uncomfortable middle where doubt is loud and progress feels slow, then stay here. In the next episode, we're talking about what introverts actually needs to grow. Not hype, not noise, presence, and consistency. If this resonates, like the video, subscribe, and stay tuned. This is Can an Introvert Start a Successful Clothing Brand? And this is the part no one posts about.